Lily Chen counts the bills twice before tucking them back into her wallet. $43. It took her 3 months of skipping lunches and walking instead of taking the subway to save it. But tonight she's celebrating. Not at some chain restaurant with plastic menus and fluorescent lights. Tonight, she's eating at Rosso's, the Italian place on 5th Avenue, with the burgundy awning and the brass door handles that gleam under the street lamps. Her daughter Emma is with Mrs. Rodriguez next door, probably already asleep with her stuffed rabbit. Lily had kissed her forehead twice before leaving, breathing in that little girl smell of strawberry shampoo and innocence. If you're enjoying this story so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Drop a comment telling me where in the world you're watching from. I love hearing from you. The job offer letter sits folded in her purse. Administrative assistant at Chen Associates. $38,000 a year with benefits, health insurance, dental. Things normal people take for granted but feel like miracles when you've been cobbling together survival from a diner waitress job and weekend house cleaning gigs. She's wearing her only good dress, navy blue with a modest neckline, paired with shoes that pinch her toes but look professional. Her dark hair is pulled into a neat bun. She looks like someone who belongs in a place like Rosso's, even if the price of one meal here equals a week of groceries. The restaurant glows like a jewel box. Through the windows, Lily sees white tablecloths, candlelight, wine glasses catching the light. People laugh inside, their faces relaxed with the ease of those who've never worried about rent. She pushes through the brass doors. The hostess looks up from her podium, takes in Lily's dress with a quick assessment. "Do you have a reservation?" "No, but I was hoping for a table for one." The hostess's smile doesn't reach her eyes. "We're fully booked tonight. Perhaps you could try Marino's down the street?" Translation: more affordable, more appropriate for someone like you. Angela. A male voice, smooth and carrying authority, cuts through the exchange. "I'm sure we can find space at the bar." Lily turns. The man standing behind her is tall, maybe 6'2", with dark hair graying at the temples. He wears a charcoal suit that probably costs more than her monthly rent, but there's something about the way he carries himself that suggests the suit is an afterthought. "Mr. Rosso, I didn't realize..." The hostess's demeanor transforms. "Of course, right away." They weave through tables where Manhattan's elite dine. The bar curves along the back wall, all dark wood and soft lighting. The hostess indicates a seat at the corner, slightly separated from the main section. Mr. Rosso takes the seat beside hers without asking permission. "Thank you," Lily says quietly. "You didn't have to do that. Angela can be particular about seating, but everyone deserves good food." His voice carries the faintest trace of Italian accent. "I'm Marco Russo, Lily Chen." The bartender appears immediately. "Mr. Rosso, the usual? Please. And whatever the lady would like." Lily opens her menu, her stomach dropping at the prices. $28 for pasta, $45 for the fish. "The bolognese is excellent," Marco offers. "And the house red, that sounds perfect." They settle into conversation. Marco asks about her celebration, listens when she mentions the new job, treats it like it matters. "Every job matters," he says simply. "Every person matters." Then 3 men enter the bar, loud, already drunk, bringing aggressive energy. Late 20s, expensive clothes worn carelessly. They settle 3 seats down, ordering top-shelf vodka. These people don't know how to run companies. One of them, blonde with a Connecticut accent, says too loudly, "Just copy everything." Lily focuses on her wine, on anything except the casual racism being broadcast across the bar. Marco's jaw tightens. His hand on his glass goes very still. "Hey." The blonde has noticed her. "You speak English?" She doesn't respond. "I'm talking to you. You work here?" "She's not a server," Marco says quietly. "Steel underneath. And you're being rude." "Sorry, man. Didn't realize you were with the help." His friends laugh. Lily starts to stand, to leave. Marco's hand, gentle but firm, touches her arm. "Sit with me. They won't bother you." Something in his tone makes her sit. Not a request, a promise. The blonde seems to sense he's crossed a line but can't identify it. He turns back to his friends, their conversation resuming at lower volume. "I'm sorry," Lily whispers. "I should go. You're not causing anything." They are. Marco's eyes haven't left the 3 men. "How's your wine?" The bolognese arrives, perfect pasta in rich sauce. It's incredible. Then one of them notices her again. "Asian chicks are so submissive, right? That's like their thing." He doesn't finish the sentence. Marco stands. The movement is unhurried, but every person at the bar stops talking. Gentlemen, no warmth in the word. It's time for you to leave. The blonde laughs nervously. Dude, we just got here. You were guests. Now you're leaving. Two men in dark suits appear. Large, professional, suggesting violence as option but not preference. The blonde looks between them and Marco, finally processing something is very wrong. Fine. This place sucks anyway. They leave, stumbling and muttering. The bar remains silent for 3 heartbeats. Then conversation resumes. Every staff member watched that interaction with profound respect. Marco returns to his seat. My apologies for the disturbance. Who are you? The question escapes before she can stop it. Someone who doesn't tolerate disrespect in his establishment. His establishment? You own Rosso's. Among other things. He extends his hand formally. Marco Russo. She shakes it, feeling calluses that surprise her. Lily Chen. Finish your dinner. It's on the house. I can pay. I know you can. But you won't. Not tonight. He stands. Welcome to Rosso's, and congratulations on your new job. He disappears through a door marked private. Lily sits alone, her mind racing. Marco Russo. The name tugs at something in her memory. The bartender refills her wine. Mr. Russo doesn't usually sit with customers. You must have made an impression. He made an impression too. That's Mr. Russo. You either never forget meeting him, or you really wish you could forget. The bill shows 0 balance with a note. Congratulations on your new beginning, M.R. Outside, footsteps follow her. She's been followed before. Learned to keep keys between fingers. Lily. Familiar voice. Wait. One of the security men from the restaurant. Mr. Russo wanted to make sure you got home safe. I've got a car. That's not necessary. It is to him. She calculates. The subway is 3 blocks away, then 20 minutes, then a 10-minute walk through a neighborhood that's gotten worse. Okay, thank you. The car is immaculate. The security man sits up front. I'm sorry about those men, he says. They didn't know better. Know better than what? Than to disrespect someone Mr. Russo is protecting. When they pull up to her building, he opens her door. Have a good night, Miss Chen. Thank you. She realizes she doesn't know his name. Vincent. And Miss Chen? Mr. Russo doesn't do things halfway. You're safe now. Just remember that. Safe now. As if she wasn't before. Mrs. Rodriguez opens before Lily can knock. How was dinner? Good, Lily says. Such an inadequate word. She checks on Emma, then pulls out her phone and searches Marco's name. The results make her breath catch. Marco Russo, prominent Manhattan businessman, restaurant owner, real estate holdings, and buried deeper. Alleged connections to organized crime. Suspected. Money laundering. Ties to the Russo crime family. Mafia. She met a mafia boss tonight, sat beside him, accepted his protection without knowing what it meant. The worst part. She felt safer with Marco Russo than she has in months. Lily falls asleep. Dreams full of dark eyes and quiet promises. 3 blocks away, Marco sits in his office, watching security footage of the bar encounter. He pauses on Lily's face, the moment after the crude comment. Her hurt is visible. If you're hooked on this story, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Your support means everything and helps me bring you more emotional stories like this one. Her dignity holding steady. Want me to follow up on those 3? Vincent asks. Find out where they work, where they drink. I want to know who they are. Planning something? Insurance. Just in case they're stupid enough to forget tonight's lesson. Marco doesn't usually notice customers. Rosso's is one of 15 restaurants, each serving dual purposes, profit and business that benefits from appearing normal. But Lily Chen has caught his attention in a way that feels dangerous. His phone buzzes. His sister. Heard you had an interesting evening. Since when do you sit with civilians? He types back. Since tonight. Should I be worried? Marco considers. Maybe. In her apartment, Lily dreams of restaurants where she belongs and men who promise protection. Neither knows yet how completely their lives are about to intertwine. The collision has begun. Part 2. The protection. Monday morning, Lily wakes to Emma singing. Mama, is it your first day? It is, baby. Chen Associates occupies the 14th floor, smelling like expensive carpet. The office manager walks Lily through paperwork and introduces her to a cubicle that's hers. The morning passes in passwords and procedures. Her desk phone rings at 11:30. Miss Chen, there's a delivery for you at reception. It's quite large. The arrangement makes her stop breathing. Roses, dozens of them, deep red in a crystal vase that probably costs more than her rent. The card, "Congratulations on your first day. May your new beginning bring everything you deserve." Mr. Secret admirer? Patricia asks, eyebrows raised. Just a friend. Those are from Bellini's. Minimum $300. By lunch, every attorney has commented. Every assistant has walked by. Lily wants to hide. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. Did the flowers arrive? Marco Russo. She saves his number. Types. They're beautiful. Thank you. But it's too much. Marco. Beauty deserves beauty. Enjoy your first day. The afternoon is easier. By 5:30, she's finished everything assigned. She's gathering her things when one of the attorneys stops by. Nice work today, Lily. She rides the subway feeling lighter than she has in months. 3 blocks from home. She sees them. The 3 men from Friday. The blonde spots her immediately. Hey, it's the Asian chick from the restaurant. Lily keeps walking, keys between fingers. I'm talking to you. Move. A 4th voice, cold as steel. Vincent stands behind the 3 men. Not large, but his stillness suggests violence in check. Who the hell are you? The blonde demands. Someone who's going to ask you nicely, once, to step aside and apologize to Miss Chen. One of them mutters. Sorry. We're going. They leave fast. Miss Chen. Vincent touches her elbow. Are you hurt? No. How did you? Are you following me? Keeping an eye out. Mr. Russo's instructions. That's not okay. Those 3 showed up in your neighborhood yesterday. Started asking questions at the bodega about Asian women who live nearby. Vincent's expression is patient. We've been monitoring them since. They were looking for me? We think so. They won't bother you again. Mr. Russo is making that clear. They walk to her building. Emma is visible through the window. She's beautiful, Vincent observes. Your daughter? Yes. And she has nothing to do with any of this. Of course not. But she's why you're scared. Why you work 2 jobs. Vincent's voice is gentle. Mr. Russo understands that. I don't need his protection. Have you been surviving or living? There's a difference. He disappears into the evening. Her phone buzzes. Marco. Vincent tells me there was an incident. Are you all right? Lily. I'm fine. Thank you for whatever you did. Marco. They won't bother you again. I promise. Lily. You can't promise that. Marco. I know exactly who they are now. Brandon Mitchell, hedge fund. Marcus Webb, trust fund manager. Tyler Preston, commercial real estate. They lunch at Club 21, drink at Barclays. The detail is chilling. Lily. Why do I matter? Long pause. Then, Marco. Because you walked into my restaurant celebrating a $40,000 job like it was a lottery win. Because you have dignity money can't buy. Because when those men tried to diminish you, you didn't break. And because someone needs to remind you that you deserve to be protected. Lily. I'm not a project, Mr. Russo. Marco. You're a woman who deserves better than what the world's been giving you. Let me even the scales a little. Lily. The flowers were beautiful. But please, no more gifts at my office. Marco. Understood. Dinner tomorrow? I promise, just dinner. Lily. I have Emma tomorrow. Marco. Bring her. Rosso's makes excellent spaghetti with butter. No sauce. Kids universally approve. Despite everything, Lily smiles. Lily. Thursday. Just dinner. And I'm paying. Marco. We'll discuss that Thursday. 6:30? Lily. 6:30. That night, Marco's text arrives as she's falling asleep. Sleep well, Lily. You're safe now. She shouldn't believe him, but she sleeps better than she has in months. The next 2 weeks pass in strange rhythm. No texts from Marco, no flowers, no Vincent appearing from shadows. Wednesday passes in work and Emma's soccer practice and normal chaos. Thursday morning, Emma spins. We're going to a fancy restaurant tonight? Not too fancy, but nice. At work, Lily checks her phone too often. At 4, a text finally arrives. Marco. Still on for tonight? Lily. Yes. Emma's excited about the butter spaghetti. They take the subway to 5th Avenue. Emma presses her face against the window, watching city lights bloom. Rosso's glows in evening light. Lily takes Emma's hand. Ready, baby? Ready, Mama. Angela smiles warmly this time. Miss Chen, we've been expecting you. And this must be Emma. She crouches down. We have a special table ready just for you. Emma's eyes go wide. Special for me? They follow Angela to a smaller, intimate space, a private room. Marco stands as they enter. Dark slacks and charcoal sweater make him look younger. His expression shows genuine pleasure. Lily. His eyes hold hers. Then he crouches to Emma's level. You must be Emma. I've heard wonderful things. Emma studies him seriously. Mama says you own this whole restaurant. I do. That must be a lot of work. Marco's mouth quirks. It is, but I have good people who help. Would you like to see the kitchen? Marco offers Emma his hand. We have a chef who makes the best butter spaghetti in the city. Emma looks at Lily for permission. Lily nods. They follow Marco through the restaurant. He walks slowly, matching Emma's pace, pointing out details. The kitchen is controlled chaos. The head chef presents Emma with a small bowl of spaghetti. Fresh pasta. Made this morning. Emma takes a bite. Her face lights up. Mama, it's so good. Their table is set with care. 3 place settings. Wine for Lily. Sparkling water with lemon for Emma. This is too much, Lily says quietly. It's exactly enough. Marco pours her wine. Tell me about your week. They talk easily. Marco asks Emma about school and listens to rambling stories with genuine interest. He asks Lily about work and nods thoughtfully. When Emma asks what he does, he answers honestly. I run several businesses, restaurants, real estate, investments. Do you like it? Marco considers seriously. I like building things that last. I like taking care of people who work for me. Yes, I suppose I like it. Dinner arrives. Giuseppe himself delivers Emma's spaghetti with flourish. Lily has sea bass that melts on her tongue. Can I ask you something? Lily says when Emma is distracted. Anything. Those men. From Friday and Monday. What did you do? Marco sets down his fork. I had a conversation with their employers. Brandon Mitchell no longer works at his father's hedge fund. Marcus Webb has been removed from his trust fund position. Tyler Preston is on probation. You got them fired? I helped their employers understand that employing people with documented harassment issues creates liability. I may have mentioned that several business partners would be uncomfortable continuing relationships with companies that tolerate such behavior. You blackmailed their companies. I provided information and let them make informed decisions. He meets her eyes. They won't bother you again. They've learned actions have consequences. She doesn't know how to finish. Too much? I don't know. Part of me is horrified. Part of me is grateful. You're allowed to be both. The world isn't simple. Neither are people. Emma announces she needs the restroom. Angela escorts her, and Lily and Marco are alone. My daughter really likes you, Lily says. She's remarkable. Bright, observant, kind. She gets that from her mother. Why are you doing this? Because when I look at you, I see something I haven't seen in a long time. Someone genuine in a world full of people playing roles. His eyes are intense. You don't want anything from me. You're suspicious of help. You insist on paying even though we both know I won't let you. You're not impressed by money or power. You just want to live your life. And that's attractive to you? It's refreshing. It's rare. It's everything I didn't know I was looking for. I have baggage. A daughter, an ex who disappeared, debt, 2 jobs, no time for complications. I have baggage too. A family business with complicated history, obligations you wouldn't understand, enemies who'd use anyone I care about against me. Then this is a terrible idea. Probably. Marco's smile is slight but real. But some terrible ideas are worth exploring. Emma returns full of chatter. They finish dinner with lighter conversation. The bill arrives marked paid. Marco, Lily protests. You can pay next time. There's going to be a next time? I hope so, if you'll allow it. Outside, Vincent waits with the car. The drive to Queens is quiet. Emma falls asleep against Lily's shoulder. Marco sits across from them, watching with an expression Lily can't read. At her building, he walks them to the door. Mrs. Rodriguez takes Emma, leaving them alone. Thank you for tonight, Lily says. And you? I had a complicated time, but also wonderful. Marco steps closer. I know this is fast, but Lily, I haven't felt this alive in years. You walk into a room and everything matters more. That's a lot of pressure. I know. I'm sorry, but I can't pretend you haven't become important to me. He tucks hair behind her ear. I can be patient, but I can't pretend I don't want to know everything about you. This is crazy, but you won't run. He's right. Thursday next week. Same time. But I cook. You come to my apartment and eat whatever I make. His smile transforms his face. I accept your terms. And Marco, if this continues, I need honesty. I need to know what I'm getting into. You'll have it. All of it. Even the parts that scare you. Especially those parts. He walks to the car, then turns. Lily, for what it's worth, you scare me too. In the best possible way. Mrs. Rodriguez appears with tea. That man is either going to save your life or complicate it beyond measure. I think both, Lily admits. Good. Safe is boring. You deserve some complication. That evening, Marco picks Rose up from work. She slides into the car, tired but content. Good shift? Good shift. The Petersons left a 30% tip. They drive through Manhattan as city lights flicker to life. What did we decide about that thing? Rose asks quietly. I think, Lily says slowly. I'm choosing to live instead of just survive. About time. The next week passes in normalcy, punctuated by Marco's morning texts. Good morning. Hope today is kind to you. Emma's soccer game is Saturday, right? How's she feeling? Saw a documentary about single mothers in New York. Made me think of you. Made me angry at how hard this city makes survival. Wednesday evening, she's chopping vegetables when her phone rings. Unknown number. Lily Chen? Professional woman's voice. This is Detective Sarah Morrison with NYPD. I was hoping we could meet to discuss an incident involving you and 3 men. Lily's knife freezes. What incident? Brandon Mitchell, Marcus Webb, and Tyler Preston filed a complaint alleging harassment. Your name came up. I'd like to hear your side. Lily agrees to meet, then texts Marco. The 3 men filed a police complaint. Detective wants to meet tomorrow. Marco, don't meet alone. I'm sending my attorney. Lily, I don't need your attorney. Marco, I know you can handle it, but you shouldn't have to. Her name is Rebecca Torres. She's the best. Lily Googles Rebecca Torres, senior partner at Morrison & Blake. Her client list includes celebrities, CEOs, and individuals with alleged connections to organized crime. Marco sent her a lawyer who defends mobsters. Thursday morning, Rebecca meets Lily outside her office. Woman in late 40s, silver-streaked hair, navy suit screaming competence. Miss Chen. Marco briefed me. Let's get coffee first. At Starbucks, Rebecca pulls out a notebook. Tell me everything. Lily recounts it all. The restaurant, Marco intervening, Monday's confrontation, Vincent appearing. Rebecca takes notes. Did Vincent threaten them physically? No. He asked them to apologize and leave. Good. Rebecca sets down her pen. Mitchell, Webb, and Preston are trying to establish harassment against them. They're claiming systematic targeting after the restaurant. Lost jobs through intimidation. But they came to my neighborhood, which we can't prove. This is preemptive. They know Marco Russo is connected to you. They're trying to position themselves as victims of mob intimidation. Will this hurt Marco? That depends. Detective Morrison's been trying to build a case against the Russo family for 3 years. If she can link Marco to illegal intimidation, she'll use it. They walk to the precinct. Morrison is younger than expected, maybe 35, red hair and neat bun, eyes that miss nothing. Miss Chen, thank you for coming. And you are? Rebecca Torres, Miss Chen's attorney. Morrison's eyebrows rise. Interesting representation choice. They settle into an interview room. Morrison sets up recording. Miss Chen, describe what happened October 6th at Rosso's. Lily tells the story carefully. The men were drunk, made racist comments, harassed her. A customer intervened and had them removed. This customer was Marco Russo? I didn't know his name then. But you learned it later. How would you describe your relationship with Mr. Russo? Rebecca cuts in. Miss Chen's personal relationships aren't relevant to whether she was harassed. They're relevant if those relationships led to the accusers losing employment. Morrison's eyes don't leave Lily's face. Did you ask Mr. Russo to retaliate? No. Did you suggest it? Express you wished something would happen? No. I didn't even know he did anything until after. Morrison makes a note. What exactly did he do? He told me he had conversations with their employers. That's all I know. Conversations that resulted in 3 men losing jobs. Conversations that resulted in 3 men facing consequences for documented harassment. Rebecca's voice is steel, which is entirely legal. The manner of those conversations concerns me. Morrison pulls out a folder. Brandon Mitchell's father claims he was threatened. that someone suggested permit applications might face delays if Brandon remained employed. Rebecca stands. Claims aren't facts. Do you have evidence? Recordings? Witnesses? Not yet. Then we're done. Miss Chen has cooperated fully. Outside, Lily leans against the wall. That was bad, wasn't it? It was fishing. Morrison's trying to pressure you into giving up something on Marco. Rebecca's expression is sympathetic. How deep are you in this? Because once you're associated with Marco Russo in a police file, getting out becomes complicated. I'm not in anything. We've had 2 dinners. 2 dinners, flowers at your office, his security following you, and his top attorney representing you. Rebecca's voice is gentle. You're already in it. The question is whether you want to stay. Lily thinks about Marco's morning texts. About Emma asking if Mr. Marco is coming again. About feeling like maybe she doesn't have to carry everything alone. I don't know. Is he dangerous? He's a man who operates in a dangerous world. But dangerous to you? No. I've known him 15 years. He protects what's his. And whether you've realized it, he's decided you're his to protect. That should scare me. But it doesn't, does it? Not as much as it should. That evening, Lily spends 2 hours cleaning her apartment. It's not much. 2 bedrooms, tiny kitchen, furniture from thrift stores, but it's clean. It's hers. It's home. Emma helps, dusting with serious concentration. Is Mr. Marco your boyfriend? Emma asks. He's my friend. But he looks at you like Prince Eric looks at Ariel. Lily laughs. You've been watching too much Disney. At 6:25, there's a knock. Lily checks the peephole. Marco, alone, holding sunflowers. She opens the door. He looks different in jeans and navy Henley. Less polished businessman, more the man underneath. His eyes scan her apartment-worn furniture, child's artwork, library books with an expression she can't read. Hi, Lily says, suddenly nervous. Hi. He offers the sunflowers. Emma mentioned she likes yellow. You remembered. I remember everything you tell me. Emma launches herself at him with a hug. Marco freezes, then carefully hugs back. Mr. Marco, Mama's making dumplings. I helped fold them. Dinner is chaotic in the way meals with 6-year-olds are. Emma chatters nonstop. Marco listens, asks questions, laughs at her knock-knock jokes. The dumplings are good, if misshapen. Marco eats 4 helpings. After dinner, Emma yawns. Lily carries her to bed. I like Mr. Marco, Emma whispers. He's nice to you. He is nice. Is he going to stay? I don't know, baby. Maybe. I hope he does. You smile more when he's here. Back in the living room, Marco has cleaned the kitchen. He stands by the window looking at Queens. Thank you for tonight, he says, for letting me into your world. It's not much compared to yours. It's everything. He turns. Your daughter. Your home. The life you've built. It's real in a way mine hasn't been for a long time. Lily sits on the couch. Marco joins her, keeping respectful distance. I met with Detective Morrison yesterday, Lily says. I know. Rebecca briefed me. The FBI is investigating you. For 18 months. They won't find anything because there's nothing to find. My businesses are legitimate. My taxes are paid. But you are connected to organized crime. My family has history. Connections going back 3 generations. Some are to people who operate outside the law. But I don't. Not anymore. Not anymore implies you did before. When I was younger, yes. I made choices I'm not proud of. Hurt people who didn't deserve it. His eyes are steady. I'm not that person anymore. I walked away 5 years ago when my mother died. Restructured everything. Cleaned it all up. The detective said people close to you get hurt. Sometimes they do. His voice drops. Which is why I've been alone for 5 years. Why I shouldn't be sitting in your living room wanting things I have no right to want. What do you want? You, Emma, this. Normal dinners and knock-knock jokes and someone who looks at me like I'm just a man. He shifts closer. But Lily, I have enemies who'd use you against me. Family obligations that would confuse you. A past that catches up occasionally. And if the FBI investigation touches me, if your enemies decide Emma and I are leverage, then I protect you, with everything I have. With ruthlessness I haven't needed in 5 years but still remember. That should terrify me. But it doesn't. He studies her face. Because you're tough. You've been protecting yourself and Emma alone for 6 years. You know the world is dangerous. But you're still here, still talking to me, still considering something that makes no logical sense. Maybe I'm tired of making logical sense. Maybe logic is overrated. Lily looks at their joined hands. His are larger, calloused despite expensive suits. If we do this, she says slowly, I need boundaries. Emma comes first. Always. She doesn't get involved in anything dangerous. Agreed. And I need honesty. If there's trouble, you tell me. Agreed. And if at any point this endangers her, I walk. No matter how I feel. She should be. I'd think less of you if she wasn't. His thumb brushes her knuckles. I want to match that faith. Can I tell you about my mother? Marco asks. Please. She married into this family at 22. She knew what my father was, and she was terrified. Spent the first year planning to leave. Had money hidden, suitcase packed. What stopped her? My father asked if she was brave enough. She said no. She wasn't brave at all. She was terrified. Every day. Marco's hand covers hers. But she realized brave and terrified aren't opposites. Brave is being terrified and choosing love anyway. Your mother sounds wise. She was. She told me right before she died that if I found someone real, someone who saw me, I should fight for them. Should be willing to change everything. Is that what you're doing? I already did 5 years ago. But meeting you has made me want to go further. I've been thinking about leaving New York, starting over somewhere clean. You'd do that? For you and Emma, I'd do anything. The FBI wants me to inform on you. I know. That's standard. What if I did? Marco doesn't flinch. Then I'd be disappointed. But I'd understand. You have to protect Emma. Even if it meant you going to prison, I'm not going to prison. There's nothing to find. His voice is certain. But if you think informing will keep you safe, you're wrong. The FBI will use you and discard you. You'll still be associated with me in every database. So I'm trapped. No. You have a choice. Walk away now, before this gets complicated. Take Emma and disappear if you want. I'll make sure you have resources. He stands, walks to the window. Or stay. Trust that I've left that world behind. Trust that my protections will work. Trust me. Lily thinks about Emma asking if Marco is staying. About feeling like maybe she doesn't have to carry everything alone. I'm staying, she says quietly. Marco turns, relief and fear raw on his face. Lily, but I need something from you. Real honesty. Not just about the past, about the present. What threats exist now, what I'm really risking. Okay, real honesty. They sit at her kitchen table. Marco tells her everything. About families in Brooklyn who resented his withdrawal. About the FBI investigation that stalled because they can't find crimes. About 3 business rivals who'd love to use her but haven't because Vincent's surveillance keeps them at bay. About his sister Sophia who wants to meet her but worries about civilians. About his nephew getting involved against Marco's wishes. About daily calculations of threat and response. It's exhausting, he admits. Living this way. Always watching. Always prepared. And now? Now I remember that normal exists. You and Emma remind me every day that dinner at a kitchen table can be more valuable than any business deal. That love is worth more than power. He takes her hands. I know I'm asking too much. But Lily, I'm all in. If you'll have me, broken past and complicated present and all, I'm yours. I'm all in too. But if Emma is in danger, you walk, I know. And I'll help you disappear so completely no one can find you. She's your line. They kiss finally there in her kitchen. It's not cinematic. It's desperate and scared and real. I'm going to protect you, he whispers. Whatever it takes. I know. That night after Marco leaves, Lily lies in Emma's bed surrounded by stuffed animals. Her phone buzzes. Emma's friend's mom. Emma's having a great time. Then Marco. I meant everything. You're not alone anymore. Lily. That's still terrifying and wonderful. Marco. The best things usually are. Sleep well. Vincent's outside. She looks out and sees the black sedan. Vincent sits reading, alert and ready. Protected. For 6 years, she's been the only protection. Now there's someone else sharing that burden. It feels like finally being able to breathe. Part 3. The storm. The next 2 weeks pass in strange new rhythm. Lily goes to work, picks up Emma, has dinner with Marco 3 times a week. They're building something fragile and precious. Emma adores him, calls him Mr. Marco, with 6-year-old solemnity. He teaches her chess, explaining strategy while she mostly likes moving the knight. He attends her soccer game and cheers louder than any parent when she scores. Lily watches them together and feels something crack open. This allegedly dangerous, Man sits on the ground letting Emma paint his nails purple. You're good with her, Lily says one evening. She's easy to be good with. She's remarkable. Marco flexes purple-painted fingers. Think this works for board meetings? Absolutely. Very authoritative. They're laughing when Lily's phone rings. Unknown number. FBI area code. She shows Marco. He nods. Answer it. Speaker. Hello? Miss Chen, this is Agent Bradley. We need to talk. There's been a development. I'm not interested. Marco Russo's nephew, Anthony Rosso, was arrested 2 hours ago for money laundering. The case involves several of Marco's businesses. Bradley's voice is urgent. This investigation is about to escalate. If you have any knowledge, now is the time to cooperate. Lily looks at Marco. His face has gone blank. I don't know anything, Lily says carefully. You're in a relationship with him. You'll be pulled into this whether you cooperate or not. Then I'll deal with it if it happens. She hangs up. Marco is texting furiously. Your nephew? Tony. He's 26. Sophia's son. I told him to stay out of the family business. Marco's typing. I told him I'd set him up legitimately. He didn't listen. Is it true? Probably. If the FBI arrested him, they have evidence. They'll use him to get to me. Pressure him to testify. Marco stands. I need to go. My sister needs me. But this is about to get worse. How worse? FBI surveillance will intensify. They'll pressure everyone in my life, including you. Especially you. He pulls her close. Whatever happens, trust that I'm keeping you safe. After Marco leaves, Lily sits in darkness thinking about choice and consequence. Her phone buzzes. Sophia Russo calling. Hello? Lily Chen. Cultured, feminine voice with steel underneath. I'm Sophia Russo. We need to meet. I don't think... My son was arrested. The FBI will use this against my brother, and you'll be caught in the middle. Sophia's voice softens. I'm not threatening you. I want to help you understand what's coming. Marco explained. Marco explained what he thinks you need to know. I'll explain what you actually need to know. Pause. Coffee shop on Amsterdam and 73rd. Tomorrow at noon. Come alone. Or don't come and I'll understand. But this is your only chance to hear full truth before everything falls apart. The line goes dead. Lily texts Marco. Your sister wants to meet tomorrow. Marco. Don't go. Lily. Why not? Marco. Sophia means well, but she's protective. She might say things designed to scare you away. Lily. Am I a liability? Marco. You're the best thing in my life. But to Sophia, anyone I care about is a weakness enemies can exploit. Lily types. I'm going. I need to hear what she has to say. Marco. Then I'm coming with you. Lily. She said alone. Marco. You're not walking into that meeting without backup. He sends an address. Meet me here at 11:45. We'll go together. Lily should argue. Should insist on independence. Instead. Okay, I'll be there. Because maybe accepting help isn't weakness. Tomorrow, she meets Sophia Russo. Tomorrow, everything changes. The coffee shop is expensive lattes and organic pastries. Neutral territory. Lily arrives at 11:50. Marco is already there. Tension easing when he sees her. You came. I said I would. At noon exactly. Sophia walks in. Beautiful with absolute confidence. Dark hair and elegant bun. Camel coat that costs more than Lily's rent. She spots them. Something flickering across her face. Marco. I said alone. And I said that's not happening. Marco doesn't stand. You want to talk to Lily? You talk to both of us. Sophia sits. A barista immediately appears with her order. Cappuccino, extra foam, cinnamon on top. Lily Chen. Sophia's eyes assess. You're not what I expected. What did you expect? Someone more obvious. The kind who seeks powerful men. You don't look like a gold digger. Because I'm neither. Then, what are you? Someone your brother showed kindness to. That's never all with Marco. Sophia leans back as her cappuccino arrives. My brother doesn't do anything halfway. If he's protecting you, he's all in. And that future includes dangers you can't understand. Then help me understand. Sophia pulls out her phone, scrolls, turns the screen. A photo of a young woman with bright eyes. This is Angela Ferraro. She dated Marco's cousin 8 years ago. Sweet girl, teacher, innocent. Swipe. Same woman in hospital, bruised and unconscious. Rival family used her to send a message. Brain damage. Lives in a care facility. Lily's stomach churns, but she doesn't look away. Sophia swipes. Marcus Chen, no relation. Accountant for our restaurants. FBI pressured him to testify. He refused because there weren't any irregularities. They ruined his career anyway. Working retail at 53. Another swipe. My ex-husband, James. Good man. The stress gave him a heart attack at 42. We divorced because I couldn't keep putting him through it. She sets down the phone. That's what this life does. It consumes people. Sometimes dramatically. Sometimes slow erosion. Stress. Fear. Always looking over your shoulder. I understand the risks. Do you? My brother has been alone 5 years to avoid this. And now here you are with a 6-year-old, walking into a situation about to explode. Tony's arrest. Just the beginning. The FBI will squeeze him. When they do, they'll try to connect it to Marco. They'll subpoena records, interview everyone, including you. I don't know anything about his operations. Won't matter. They'll pressure you anyway. Threaten to investigate your background. Threaten Emma's custody. Sophia leans forward. Even if Marco is completely clean, you'll still be marked. Your name in FBI files forever. Emma growing up with that shadow. Sophia. Marco's voice carries warning. That's enough. No. She needs to hear this. Sophia turns to Lily. I'm trying to be honest. My brother built a good life post-mom. Clean businesses. But the past doesn't disappear. You'll carry that past by association. What are you asking me to do? Leave. Before this gets worse. Before Emma understands why FBI agents show up at school. Before you realize you've spent 10 years looking over your shoulder. Sophia's voice softens. Marco will be fine. But you and your daughter deserve better. Can I ask you something? Lily says. Of course. If you could go back, knowing everything, would you still have married into this family? Sophia is quiet. That's not fair. It's the only question that matters. I was 22. Thought love was enough. Sophia's expression is complicated. I got 19 years with James, 3 children, and lessons that love is necessary but not sufficient. But would you do it again? Sophia meets her eyes. Yes, even knowing the cost. Because those 19 years gave me everything that matters. But I also lost things I can't get back. Peace, innocence, the ability to trust easily. I already lost innocence 6 years ago when Emma's father left. When my mother died and I had to survive alone. Lily's hand finds Marco's. I learned peace is an illusion, and trust is always a gamble. Then why take on more? Because your brother makes me believe survival isn't the same as living. That maybe there's something better. Lily's voice strengthens. And because Emma deserves to see good men exist. That protection doesn't come with conditions. That love, even complicated love, is worth fighting for. Sophia studies her, then smiles. You're tougher than you look. I've had to be. Good. Because you'll need that toughness. Sophia pulls out a card. My personal number. Anything happens. FBI pressure, threats, anything, call immediately. Day or night. Why help me if you want me gone? Because if you're stubborn enough to stay after everything I said, you're family. And we protect family. Sophia stands. But understand, protection comes with obligations. Loyalty. Putting family first sometimes. Can you do that while putting Emma first? I guess we'll find out. Sophia nods, respect in her expression. She's got spine. I approve. Your approval wasn't required, Marco says with affection underneath. Everything requires my approval. I'm your older sister. Sophia touches Lily's shoulder. Welcome to the family. May God have mercy on your soul. After Sophia leaves, Lily and Marco sit in silence. Are you okay? Marco asks. Ask me in 10 years. Still here, though. Still here. Lily turns to him. Your sister is terrifying. She's protective. She showed me photos of people destroyed by your world. All true, all real. Marco's voice is heavy. Sophia didn't lie. And you still want me to stay? I want you to have all the information and make your own choice. If that's leaving, I'll understand. His hand tightens on hers. But if you stay, I promise. I'll use every resource, every connection, every ounce of power to protect you and Emma. Not perfectly. I can't promise perfect, but completely. What if it's not enough? Then I'll live with that failure forever, but I'll die trying to prevent it. Lily thinks about the past weeks. About Marco teaching Emma chess and painting his nails. About Vincent's presence. About feeling safe. She thinks about Sophia's photos. about lives destroyed and costs paid. And she thinks about Brave being terrified and choosing love anyway. I'm staying. But we need rules, clear boundaries, an exit strategy if Emma is threatened. A plan. We'll make one. Tonight. Every detail. His eyes are intense. But you need to know, the FBI will push harder now. You'll be followed. Your phone might be tapped. Your office might be searched. Can they? With warrants? Yes. Based on Tony's case. Marco pulls out his phone. I'm putting you in touch with Rebecca, Sophia, Vincent, anyone who can help. And I'm setting up security for Emma's school. That's not subtle. I don't care about subtle. I care about safe. His voice is fierce. They came after my nephew to get to me. They'll come after you next. I'm not letting them touch you. That evening, in Lily's apartment with Emma asleep, they create their emergency plan. Numbers to call, safe houses, escape routes, code words. It feels paranoid and terrifyingly necessary. If I text Emma's rabbit is missing, grab her and go to this address. Marco writes down Sophia's New Jersey house. You'll be safe there. They go through scenarios, planning for dangers that might never materialize but could destroy everything. This is insane, Lily says. We're planning like a spy movie. We're planning like a relationship with real risks. Marco's expression is pained. I wish I could give you normal dates and simple problems. This is what we have, what we're choosing. You're sure? Lily looks toward Emma's room. What does Emma deserve? Everything. Safety, happiness, a future without shadows. And can you give her that? I'll die trying. Then yes. I'm sure. Terrified, but sure. They seal their pact with a kiss that tastes like fear and hope. Like two people jumping off a cliff together, hoping to build wings on the way down. Later, after Marco leaves, Lily checks on Emma. Her daughter sleeps peacefully. Lily brushes hair off her forehead. I'm doing this for us, baby. For a future better than surviving. I hope someday you understand. Her phone buzzes. Marco. Home safe. Vincent's watching. Sleep well. Then, thank you for staying. Thank you for choosing us. I won't let you regret it. Lily. No regrets yet. Ask me in 10 years. Marco. Deal. I love you, Lily Chen. 3 words that change everything. She stares at them before typing. I love you too. God help us both. Marco. He'd better. We're going to need it. Lily falls asleep with her phone on the pillow. Marco's declaration glowing in darkness. Certain she's just made either the best or worst decision of her life. Only time will tell. But tonight, she chooses to believe in best. Even terrified, she chooses love. Part 4. The reckoning. The storm breaks on a Tuesday. Lily is at work when her phone explodes with notifications. News alerts, texts, missed calls. She opens the first alert, and her blood turns to ice. FBI raids Rosso family businesses. Major operation targets alleged money laundering network. Photos of federal agents carrying boxes. Search warrants being executed. And buried in text. Sources indicate the investigation has expanded to include associates and romantic partners of Marco Rosso, with agents seeking to interview a Queens resident identified as a key relationship. They're coming for her. Patricia appears. Lily, there are federal agents downstairs. They have a warrant to search your desk. Lily grabs her phone and dials Rebecca. I saw the news, Rebecca answers. Where are you? My office. They're coming to search. Don't resist. Don't volunteer anything. I'm 15 minutes away. Tell them you're exercising your right to counsel. I don't know anything. Doesn't matter. They're fishing. Stay calm. Elevator doors open. Agents Bradley and Kwan step out with 2 others. Professional, almost apologetic, but badges and guns are real. Miss Chen. Bradley holds up paperwork. We have a warrant to search your workspace. Lily's co-workers freeze at desks, watching with fascination. Her new job, her fresh start, her reputation all evaporating. I need to call my attorney. You're not under arrest. You don't need an attorney for a search. Kwan's voice is gentle but firm, but if you'd like to talk while they work, that would be helpful. I'm not saying anything without my lawyer. Bradley and Kwan exchange glances. That's your right. We'll proceed. Lily watches agents photograph her desk, bag her computer, flip through files. There's nothing to find. She's never discussed Marco's business, never had access to documents, never been involved in anything questionable. But the damage is done. Her boss stands in his doorway with an expression that makes her stomach drop. Every coworker finds excuses to walk past. Whispers have started. Rebecca arrives 12 minutes later. Stop. You have a warrant for her workspace. That doesn't give you permission to detain or question her. She's leaving with me. We'd like to ask questions, Bradley tries. Then schedule a formal interview, with advance notice, with counsel present. Rebecca's smile is razor sharp. Unless you're arresting her? No? Then we're done. She takes Lily's arm and guides her to the elevator. They don't speak until they're outside, in a car Rebecca has waiting. Your office is done, Rebecca says bluntly. They'll ask you to take leave, probably terminate you quietly. The FBI doesn't raid workplaces without destroying careers. I didn't do anything wrong. Doesn't matter. You're associated with Marco Russo. That's enough. Rebecca pulls out her phone. Marco's been arrested. Not charged yet. Holding him for questioning. Tony is cooperating with the FBI. Cooperating means telling them whatever they want to hear to save himself. Rebecca's expression is grim. He's claiming Marco was involved in money laundering. That Marco directed operations. That's not true. Marco left all that 5 years ago. We know. The FBI knows. But Tony's testimony gives them probable cause for raids, arrests, building a case, even if it falls apart. Rebecca meets Lily's eyes. This is warfare. They're using legal tactics to pressure Marco. What do I do? First, go home, pack a bag for you and Emma. Vincent will take you to a safe location. I'm not running. You're not running. You're being strategic. The FBI will intensify pressure. Better to be somewhere they can't find you. What about Marco? His lawyers are handling it. He'll be released tonight. They don't have enough to hold him. But this is about to get ugly. Lily's phone rings. Unknown number. She shows Rebecca, who nods. Answer it. Hello? Miss Chen, this is Agent Bradley. We need to talk. Not as adversaries, but as people who want what's best for your daughter. Lily's blood runs cold. Don't you dare bring Emma into this. She's already in it. You brought her when you started dating Marco Russo. Bradley's voice is sympathetic, making it worse. We're trying to help you see that staying with him means putting her at risk every day. My daughter is none of your concern. She is when her mother is in a relationship with a man under federal investigation, when FBI raids become normal, when classmates' parents keep their children away because of the association. Pause. Is that what you want for her? You're manipulating me. I'm being honest. More honest than Marco has been. Bradley's voice hardens. Did he tell you Tony was still involved in money laundering? Did he tell you his cousin Gio is being investigated for racketeering? Did he tell you staying close makes you a target for every enemy he's made? Stop. I can't. Because someone needs to tell you truth. Marco Russo is going down. Maybe not today, maybe not this month, but eventually. And when he does, everyone close gets pulled under. Bradley softens. Help us. Tell us what you know. We'll make sure you and Emma stay safe. Lily hangs up, hands shaking. Breathe, Rebecca says. That's their tactic. Scare you, isolate you, make you doubt everything. What if he's right? What if I'm putting Emma in danger? Then you make a choice. Right now, stay or go. But make it based on facts, not FBI intimidation. Lily closes her eyes. Facts. Marco loves her. Fact. He's been raided by the FBI. Fact. His nephew is cooperating. Fact. Emma could be affected. Fact. But also, Marco has protections in place. Fact. He walked away from illegal operations. Fact. He'll do anything to keep them safe. Fact. Which facts matter more? Take me home, Lily says. I need to get Emma. Mrs. Rodriguez meets them at the building entrance. Emma's hand clutched in hers. Her face is tight with worry. Mija, there were men here, with badges, asking about you and Mr. Marco. Thank you, Mrs. Rodriguez. Lily takes Emma, who looks confused and scared. Mama, what's happening? We're going somewhere safe for a little while. Upstairs, Lily packs with shaking hands. Clothes, Emma's rabbit, important documents, her mother's jewelry, the practical items you grab when you might not come back. Are we running away? Emma asks from the doorway. No, baby. Just going somewhere safe. Because of Mr. Marco? Because the world is complicated. Her phone buzzes. Marco, I'm out. Meeting you at Sophia's. I love you. We'll figure this out. Lily. Emma's scared. Marco. Tell her I'm bringing her favorite pizza, and that everything's going to be okay. Lily. Is it going to be okay? Marco. I don't know, but we'll face it together. Sophia's house is in Alpine, New Jersey, wealthy, quiet, gated. The kind of place where FBI raids don't happen. Vincent drives them. Rebecca follows. They arrive at dusk, the house glowing with warm light. Sophia meets them at the door. "Come in." Marco's in the study. She crouches to Emma. "Hi, sweetheart. I'm Sophia, Marco's sister. We have a playroom upstairs with more toys than any kid should have. Want to see?" Emma looks at Lily for permission. Lily nods, and Sophia leads her away. Lily finds Marco in a wood-paneled study, sitting in leather chair looking exhausted. When he sees her, he stands, and she runs into his arms. They hold each other without speaking. His heart pounds against her ear. "I'm sorry," he finally says. "I should have protected you better. This isn't your fault." "It absolutely is. I knew the FBI would escalate. I wouldn't have gone." No, he pulls back. "But Lily, this is only the beginning. Tony's cooperating. More raids, more pressure, more agents in your life. Rebecca says I'll lose my job." "You will." His voice is hollow. "And Emma's school will get uncomfortable, and your neighbors will whisper. So what do we do?" Marco takes her hands. "We have options. The lawyers are working on proving Tony's claims are false. We have documentation showing I severed ties 5 years ago. But the process is the punishment. The raids, investigations, suspicion. Even if I'm never charged, the damage is done." He meets her eyes. "I can fight this, but you shouldn't have to. Emma shouldn't have to." "What are you saying?" "There's a house in Vermont. Quiet place. No connections to me on paper. You and Emma could go there. New names, new lives. You want me to disappear? I want you safe. To give Emma a childhood without federal agents." His voice cracks. "I want better for you than what I can provide. And us? We end. Cleanly, publicly. I tell the FBI you cooperated. That distances you." Lily steps back, anger flaring. "So your solution is to push me away?" "My solution is to protect you the only way I know how." "By deciding for me what I can handle? By sending me away like I'm a problem? You're not a problem, you're precious. You're everything." His eyes are desperate. "And I'm the reason you're in danger. I can't live with that. You don't get to make this choice alone." Lily's voice shakes. "You don't get to decide I'm too weak or scared or much of a liability. I'm not." "Yes, you are. You're doing exactly what you promised you wouldn't, hiding things, making decisions without me, treating me like something fragile instead of someone strong." Marco stares at her. "You want to stay? Even now? After today?" "I want to make my own choice, based on truth." Lily moves closer. "So tell me truth. Real truth. How bad is this?" Marco runs hands through hair. "Bad. Tony's testimony gives the FBI ammunition. They'll freeze assets, subpoena records, interview everyone. My businesses will be scrutinized. Could take years to fight. And the danger? Physical danger? Also real. My enemies see FBI pressure as weakness. They'll test me, try to expand territory. There could be violence." He looks away. "Yes, they might try to use you as leverage. What percentage chance?" "What?" "Statistics. What's the real percentage chance someone tries to hurt me or Emma?" He's quiet. 10% maybe. My security is good. Vincent's team is excellent. But 10% isn't zero. And if I stayed, what would protection look like? 24/7 security. Not just Vincent watching, but actual bodyguards. Someone with Emma at all times. Restricted movements. Living in a protected bubble. Can Emma handle that? A 6-year-old with bodyguards? I don't know. Marco's voice breaks. "That's why I'm offering you the out. Because I don't know if any child should live that way." Lily thinks about Emma sleeping with her rabbit. Asking if Mr. Ward. Marco is coming to dinner, painting his nails. About the way her daughter lights up when he's around. She thinks about the FBI photos Sophia showed her. About lives destroyed. And she thinks about Marco's mother. Choosing love despite terror. "I need 24 hours, Lily says. To think, to talk to Emma, to make a real choice. Take whatever time you need. And Marco? Whatever I decide, you accept it. No arguments. I promise." They're sealing the promise when Sophia appears with Emma. Someone wants to say goodnight. Emma runs to Lily. "Mama, Aunt Sophia has a princess room. Can we stay here forever?" "Not forever, baby. But maybe a little while. Will Mr. Marco stay too?" Lily looks at Marco. His expression is naked with hope and fear. "We'll see, baby." That night, Emma sleeps in a fairy tale room. Lily sits beside her bed, trying to decide their future. A knock. "Sophia, can we talk?" They sit in the hallway. "I was wrong." Sophia says quietly. Yesterday, showing you those photos, trying to scare you. That was wrong. You were protecting your brother. I was trying to control a situation I can't control. Marco hasn't been happy in 5 years. Since Mom died, he's been existing, not living. Then you walked into his restaurant and suddenly he's alive again. Sophia's eyes are wet. Sophia's eyes are wet. I'm terrified of what might happen to you, but I'm also terrified of what happens to him if you leave. What should I do? I can't tell you that. Sophia takes Lily's hand. But I can tell you what I've learned in 25 years in this family. The danger is real. The FBI pressure is real. The cost is real. But so is the love. So is the protection. So is the fierce loyalty of people who'll burn the world before they let harm come to you. Is that enough? Is love enough when the cost is so high? Only you can answer that. Sophia squeezes her hand. But whatever you decide, you're already family. If you leave, I'll help you disappear. If you stay, I'll stand beside you through every FBI interview and every threat. Why? Because Marco loves you. Because Emma brings joy back to this house. Because you're brave enough to consider staying when any sane person would run. Sophia's smile is sad. And because I think Mom would have liked you. They sit in silence. Tell me about their mother. Sophia's expression softens. Maria Rosso was sunshine in human form. Tiny woman with will of iron. She knew what Dad was, what the family did. And she loved them anyway. But she drew lines. What kind? No violence in the house. No business discussions at dinner. No involving children. She built a world within the world where we could be just a family. Sophia's voice catches. When she died, that world died. Marco tried to keep it going. That's why he restructured everything. Why he went legitimate. He was honoring what she built. And has he? Gone. Legitimate? Completely. I've seen the books. I know where every dollar comes from. Marco Russo is cleaner now than most Fortune 500 CEOs. Sophia meets Lily's eyes. The FBI knows that too. That's why they're desperate. Their case is falling apart. Tony's testimony won't hold. But they're using the investigation itself as punishment. So this is vindictive? This is the FBI not wanting to admit they've wasted 18 months. And they're willing to destroy innocent people to save face. I'm not running, Lily says quietly. You're sure? No. I'm terrified. But I'm staying. Sophia pulls her into a hug. Then welcome to the family. Officially. Will it always be this hard? No. Sometimes it's harder. Sophia laughs through tears. But sometimes it's Sunday dinners and terrible jokes and someone having your back absolutely. Sometimes it's knowing you're never alone. The next morning, Lily finds Marco in the kitchen making coffee. I'm staying, she says. He turns. Lily, I'm staying, but we do this my way. Full truth. Always. No decisions made without me. Her voice is firm. And the minute Emma is in real danger, we reassess. Those are my terms. Accepted. All of them. Marco crosses to her, cupping her face. You're sure? Ask me in 10 years. Deal. He kisses her. I won't let you regret this. You can't promise that. I can promise I'll try. Every day. They're still holding each other when Rebecca arrives. Tony's testimony is falling apart, she announces. He claimed Marco directed money laundering, but we have dated documents showing Marco severed all connection 5 years ago. Emails, contracts, financial records. The FBI's case has no foundation. They'll still try, Sophia says. Of course, but without Tony's testimony, they have nothing. They'll posture for a few weeks, then quietly close the investigation. Rebecca looks at Marco. You'll be cleared. Again. And the publicity? Already spinning it. Businessmen. Victimized by false accusations. We're going on offense. Might even sue the FBI for harassment. Rebecca's smile is sharp. They came after you with everything. They're about to learn why that was a mistake. Over 3 weeks, the story unfolds as Rebecca predicted. Tony's testimony collapses. The FBI admits their case lacks merit. The narrative shifts from mob boss under investigation to innocent businessmen harassed. But the cost was real. Lily lost her job. Emma's school was uncomfortable. Their apartment building became a fishbowl. So they moved. Not to Vermont, not to hiding, but to a new apartment in a better neighborhood. One where Vincent could maintain security. Where Emma could attend school without judgment. Marco helped with everything. And Lily let him, learning that accepting help wasn't weakness but partnership. Epilogue, 1 year later. The house in Alpine is filled with voices. Sunday dinner at the Rosso Chen household is tradition. Emma, now 7, sets the table with serious responsibility. Sophia's 3 children help her, laughing. In the kitchen, Lily and Sophia cook together, movements synchronized from practice. Marco and Vincent argue about soccer while Vincent's wife rolls her eyes. Mrs. Rodriguez sits at the head like the grandmother she's become. It's chaotic. It's loud. It's family. The FBI investigation ended 8 months ago with formal apology and quiet settlement. Marco was fully cleared. Tony served 2 years for his actual crimes, unrelated to Marco. The 3 men who harassed Lily never regained their positions. Brandon Mitchell works in his father's back office. Marcus Webb left New York. Tyler Preston occasionally sends apologetic emails Lily never answers. Detective Morrison transferred. Agent Bradley was quietly demoted. Agent Kwan sent a card. Glad you're safe. You were braver than I would have been. Lily's life now is nothing like 18 months ago. She's director of operations for Marco's holding company, making 3 times her old salary. Emma attends private school and is thriving. Their home is beautiful, safe, theirs. And Marco is teaching her that happy endings aren't perfect. They're just real. That love is choosing someone every morning. That family is whoever shows up. Dinner, Lily calls, and chaos pours into the dining room. As they're sitting, Emma asks, "Can we say what we're grateful for?" Everyone groans. They do this every week, but they play along. When it's Lily's turn, she looks around. At Sophia, who became a sister. At Vincent and his wife. At Mrs. Rodriguez. At Emma, healthy and happy. And at Marco, who changed everything. I'm grateful for everyone at this table. For second chances. For brave choices. For love worth fighting for. Marco's hand finds hers under the table. Squeezes once. Later, after everyone leaves and Emma is asleep, they stand in their kitchen washing dishes. "You never answered my question from 6 months ago," Marco says. "What question?" He pulls out another small box. This time, a ring. This question. Lily's breath catches. "Marco, I know we said we'd take it slow. But Lily, I've loved you for 18 months. Loved you through FBI raids and career losses and fear and uncertainty. I want to love you for the next 60 years. Will you marry me?" Lily thinks about that first night at Rosso's. About Marco sitting beside her. Seeing her when the world looked through her. About choosing love despite danger, despite complications. About brave being terrified and choosing love anyway. "Yes," she says. "Yes, I'll marry you." The ring slides onto her finger like it was made for her. Which it was. "Thank you for staying," he whispers. "For believing in us. Thank you for seeing me. For protecting us. For building this life." They dance in the kitchen to music only they can hear. 2 people who found each other in the most unlikely way and chose each other every day since. Outside, Vincent's replacement watches the house, ensuring safety. Inside, Emma sleeps with her rabbit, secure in a home filled with love. And in the kitchen, Lily Chen and Marco Russo hold each other, grateful for brave choices, second chances, and love that was worth every risk. The storm had come. They survived it together. Now they get to live the life on the other side. Together. 3 years after that first night at Rosso's, Lily Chen Russo stands in the kitchen of their Alpine home, frosting a 3-tier cake, while Emma, now 10 years old, critiques her technique. "Mama, it's crooked on that side." "It's homemade charm, baby. That's what Aunt Sophia calls it." Aunt Sophia pays someone to make her cakes. Aunt Sophia also has 3 teenagers who eat everything in sight. "We can manage 1 cake for your birthday party." Emma grins. Her front teeth finally grown in after 2 years of gap-toothed smiles. She's taller now, leaner, her face losing its baby roundness. But she still sleeps with the same stuffed rabbit, still asks for butter spaghetti when she's sad, still calls Marco Mr. Marco, even though he's been her stepfather for 2 years. The wedding had been small. City Hall with Sophia and Vincent as witnesses. Emma as flower girl in a purple dress she'd picked herself. No media, no announcement, just a quiet joining of lives that had already been intertwined for months. Lily's ring catches the light as she smooths frosting. White gold with a single diamond, elegant and simple. Nothing ostentatious. Very much like Marco, powerful but understated. "When's everyone getting here?" Emma asks, stealing a fingerful of frosting. 3 o'clock. "So we have 2 hours to finish this cake, hang decorations, and make you look presentable." "I am presentable." "You have frosting in your hair." Emma touches her head, finding the streak of buttercream. "Oh." The doorbell rings. Emma races to answer it, and Lily hears Sophia's voice, followed by the thunder of teenage footsteps. Sophia's children Anthony, Jr., 17, Isabella, 15, and Michael, 13, have arrived early to help set up. Or more likely, Sophia arrived early to take over because she can't help herself. Lily, darling, you're frosting it wrong. Sophia sweeps into the kitchen wearing designer jeans and a cashmere sweater, her hair pulled back in a ponytail that probably cost $200 to make look casual. You need to crumb coat first, let it set, then do the final layer. It's a birthday cake for 10-year-olds, not a wedding centerpiece. Standards, Lily. We have standards. But Sophia's smile is warm as she kisses Lily's cheek. How are you feeling? Lily's hand instinctively goes to her still flat stomach. Good. Tired, but good. Morning sickness? Afternoon sickness? Evening sickness? All-day sickness is more accurate. It'll pass around week 14. Then you'll feel amazing for about 6 months. Then you'll feel like a whale. Sophia starts fixing the cake with expert hands. Is Marco excited? Terrified. He keeps reading pregnancy books like they're FBI case files. Sophia laughs. That sounds exactly like him. When I was pregnant with Anthony, Marco bought 17 different baby safety devices before the second trimester. Dad had to tell him to calm down. The mention of their father, who died 7 years ago, long before Lily entered their lives, brings a moment of quiet. Sophia rarely talks about Antonio Rosso, the man who built the empire Marco later legitimized. He would have liked you, Sophia says softly, as if reading Lily's thoughts. He would have said you're good for Marco, that you make him human again. Was he not human before? He was effective, powerful, successful. Sophia's hands pause on the cake, but after Mom died, something shut down in him. He went through the motions, restructured the business, cut ties with the old operations, built something clean. But it was mechanical. There was no joy in it. And now? Now he laughs at Emma's terrible jokes. Now he comes to Sunday dinner and actually eats instead of just moving food around his plate. Now he's reading pregnancy books, and building a nursery, and planning a future that includes more than just surviving. Sophia meets Lily's eyes. You gave him back his life, Lily. Thank you for that. Before Lily can respond, Marco's voice calls from the foyer. Why does it smell like a bakery exploded? He appears in the kitchen doorway, still in his suit from a morning meeting, tie loosened, jacket over his arm. At 46, he's added a few more gray hairs at the temples, a few more lines around his eyes when he smiles. He's never looked better. It smells like love, Emma announces dramatically, appearing behind him. And birthday cake. 2 of my favorite smells. Marco swoops Emma up in a hug despite her protests that she's too old for this, then crosses to Lily and kisses her softly. How are my 2 favorite girls? 3. Emma corrects. The baby counts. You're right. My 3 favorite girls. His hand rests on Lily's stomach, still flat but holding their secret. They told Emma last week. They'll tell everyone else today, at the party. Marco. Make your wife stop frosting like a barbarian, Sophia says without looking up. I married her specifically because she frosts like a barbarian. It's one of her most attractive qualities. Lily swats him with a dish towel. Go change. You have frosting duty in 20 minutes. The afternoon unfolds in controlled chaos. Emma's friends arrive 10 girls ranging from 9 to 11, all energy and giggles and shrieking. They take over the backyard where Marco and Vincent have set up games and a bounce house that Isabella insists is so juvenile while secretly wanting to jump in it. Mrs. Rodriguez arrives with her sister and 2 nieces, bearing empanadas and stories. Rebecca Torres comes with her husband and their twin boys. Even Vincent's wife Maria brings their daughter Sophia, named for Marco's sister, now 6 and Emma's devoted shadow. The house fills with people Lily has come to think of as family. Not the family she was born into. Her mother is gone. Her father a distant memory. Emma's biological father a ghost who sends cards twice a year with no return address. But the family she chose, and who chose her back. Marco's business partners arrive, men who initially terrified Lily with their quiet intensity, but who she now knows bring toys for Emma and remember Lily's birthday and text. Marco pictures of their own grandchildren with the pride of men who built empires but measure success in family dinners. Even some of the old guard appear, men in their 60s and 70s who worked with Antonio, who remember the family before Marco legitimized everything. They treat Lily with old-world courtesy, calling her Mrs. Rosso with respect that has nothing to do with fear and everything to do with seeing how she changed Marco. Your husband is different now. One of them, Carlo Di Meo, tells her, while they watch Emma and her friends play. He's 82, retired for a decade, but Marco still invites him to every family gathering. When Antonio died and Maria followed 6 months later, Marco became stone. Necessary stone. Mind you, he had to be hard to make the changes he made, but stone nonetheless. And now? Now he's a man again. A man who loves his wife, adores his daughter, plans for babies. Carlo's eyes are distant with memory. Antonio would be proud, not of the money or the buildings or the legitimate empire, of the family. That's what it was always supposed to be about. As the sun lowers, they gather around the table for cake. Emma makes a wish and blows out candles shaped like the number 10. Everyone cheers. Sophia cuts perfect slices while Lily distributes them. When the guests have cake and are mingling in small groups, Marco taps his glass. The conversation quiets. Thank you all for coming to celebrate Emma's birthday. She's an incredible young woman who makes every day brighter. He smiles at Emma, who beams back. But Lily and I have another announcement. Lily moves to stand beside him, his arm around her waist. We're having a baby, Lily says simply. The backyard erupts. Sophia shrieks and hugs them both. Mrs. Rodriguez starts crying and praying simultaneously in Spanish. Emma is immediately surrounded by friends asking if she's excited to be a big sister. Rebecca raises her glass. To new beginnings and expanding families. To the Russos, Carlo adds. May the next generation know only peace. That night, after the guests have gone and Emma has finally crashed from sugar and excitement, Lily and Marco sit on their back patio watching fireflies in the garden. Tired? Marco asks. Exhausted. Happy exhausted, but exhausted. It was a good party. It was perfect. Lily leans into him. Emma's getting so big. Sometimes I look at her and can't believe she's the same baby I brought home from the hospital. She's remarkable, smart, kind, brave. Marco's voice is soft. Like her mother. She asked me yesterday if we could make her last name officially Rosso. Marco goes still. What did you tell her? I told her it was her choice. That Chen is the name her grandmother gave me, the name that connects her to that history, but that Rosso is the name of the family who's been there for her. Lily turns to look at him. She wants to be Emma Chen Rosso. Hyphenated. Said she wants both her families. And you're okay with that? I'm more than okay. She's choosing connection over erasure, honoring where she came from while embracing where she is. Lily's hand finds his. That's what we're all doing, isn't it? Marco is quiet for a moment. I've been thinking about something. Dangerous hobby. Serious, Lily. But he's smiling. I want to step back from day-to-day operations. Not retire completely. I'm not ready for that. But Vincent is more than capable of running things. I want to focus on you, Emma, the baby. I want to be present. You are present. I'm present when I can be. I want to be present always. I want to coach Emma's soccer team and take her to school in the mornings and be home for family dinners every night. His voice carries conviction. I spent 20 years building an empire. I want to spend the next 20 building a family. Your father built both. My father was a great man who made hard choices in hard times. But Lily, we're not in hard times anymore. I don't have to be who he was. I can be who Mom wanted me to be. Marco turns to face her fully. I can be the man you deserve. The father Emma and this baby deserve. Lily's throat tightens. You're already that man. I'm trying to be. Every day, I'm trying. His hand moves to her stomach. When I think about holding our baby, about teaching them to walk and read and be good humans, I realize I don't want to miss any of it. Not for meetings or business deals or maintaining an empire. What would you do if you stepped back? Consult. Advise. Stay involved enough to ensure everything runs smoothly. But Lily, Vincent has been my right hand for 20 years. He knows the business as well as I do. Better, in some areas. Marco's eyes are intense, and I trust him completely. With the business, with our safety, with our future. Have you talked to him about this? This morning. He said it was about time I figured out what he'd known for 3 years. Which is that I'm not a businessman anymore. I'm a husband and father who happens to own businesses. Marco smiles. There's a difference. Lily thinks about the man she met 3 years ago at Rosso's bar. Sitting alone, watching the room with alert isolation, clearly powerful but somehow separate from his own life. That man had been surviving, maintaining, protecting an empire built by his father and legitimized through sheer will. This man, the one sitting beside her planning and soccer coaching and family dinners, is living. I think it's a wonderful idea, Lily says. But Marco, you love what you do. You love building things, solving problems, creating opportunities. I do. And I'll still do that. Just on a smaller scale, with more time for what really matters. He pulls her closer. Lily, when the FBI raids happened, when I thought I might lose you, the only thing I cared about was keeping you and Emma safe. Not the businesses, not the money, not the reputation, just you. You didn't lose us. No, but I could have. And that possibility showed me what my priorities needed to be. His voice drops. I'm 46 years old. If I'm lucky, I have another 40 years. I don't want to spend them in board meetings and contract negotiations. I want to spend them with you. You're sure? I've never been more sure of anything, except maybe marrying you. They sit in comfortable silence, the summer night warm around them. Inside, Emma sleeps in her purple bedroom with her stuffed animals, and her participation trophies, and her new soccer cleats. Soon, another child will join their family. Another life to protect and nurture and love. Can I tell you something? Lily says quietly. Anything. Sometimes I still can't believe this is my life. That I get to wake up in this house with you and Emma. That I have Sophia as a sister, and Mrs. Rodriguez as a grandmother, and Rebecca as a friend. That I'm safe and loved and building something real. You deserve all of it. Maybe. But I didn't always believe that. Lily turns to face him. Before I met you, I was so focused on surviving that I forgot to imagine anything else. Work, Emma, bills, sleep, repeat. That was my entire world. And now? Now I imagine futures. Plural. The baby learning to walk, Emma's graduation, growing old with you. Becoming the kind of family that gathers for Sunday dinners because we want to, not because we have to. She smiles. You gave me permission to want, more than survival. You gave yourself that permission. I just reminded you it was possible. We're both right. Lily stands, pulling him up with her. Come on. We should sleep while we can. Once this baby comes, sleep will be a distant memory. They walk inside together, checking on Emma one last time. She's sprawled across her bed, one arm around her rabbit, completely at peace. Then to their own room, where they've built a life in quiet moments and shared mornings and the 1,000 tiny choices that make a marriage. Marco pulls her close in bed, his hand resting protectively on her stomach where their child grows. Thank you, he whispers into the darkness. For what? For staying, for choosing this life, for choosing me. Thank you for seeing me, for making me believe I was worth protecting. Lily's voice is soft with sleep. For teaching Emma what good men look like, for building this family. Best thing I ever built. Better than your empire? Incomparably better. His voice is certain. Empires are just buildings and money. This you, Emma, our baby, Sunday dinners, Emma's terrible jokes, your crooked cake frosting, this is legacy. This is what matters. Lily falls asleep thinking about legacy, about the life they're building not just for themselves but for their children. A life where Emma will grow up understanding that power can be gentle, that protection doesn't require control, that love is choosing someone every day even when it's hard. A life where their new baby will never know the fear that defined Marco's childhood, the violence that shaped his early years, the impossible choices between family loyalty and moral clarity. A life Sophia chose despite the costs. A life Maria Rosso built within a dangerous world. A life Lily fought for when every rational voice said to run. 3 years ago, she walked into Rosso's to celebrate a $40,000 job. Tonight, she sleeps in a house worth millions beside a man worth more than money can measure, carrying a child who represents hope and future and second chances. The storm came. They survived it. And now they get to live in the sunshine on the other side. Not perfectly, perfection isn't real. But wholly, completely, with full hearts and chosen family and love that's worth every risk they took to get here. In the morning, Emma will wake up and demand pancakes. Marco will make them, perfectly round and golden, while Lily drinks ginger tea and tries not to be sick. They'll eat together at the kitchen table, planning Emma's upcoming soccer tournament, and discussing baby names and debating whether they need to buy a bigger car. It will be ordinary and beautiful, and exactly enough. Because sometimes the greatest revenge against a world that tries to diminish you isn't power, or money, or empire. Sometimes it's building a life so full of love and laughter and chosen family that the darkness can't find purchase. Sometimes it's waking up beside someone who sees all your broken pieces and loves you not despite them but including them. Sometimes it's a 10-year-old who wants to hyphenate her last name because she's learned family is more than DNA. Sometimes it's surviving, turning into thriving. And sometimes When you're brave enough to choose love despite every reason not to, you get to build something that lasts longer than empires. You get forever, one ordinary, beautiful, perfectly imperfect day at a time. The morning sun filters through the curtains, painting golden stripes across the bedroom floor. Lily wakes to the smell of pancakes and the sound of Emma's laughter drifting up from the kitchen. She takes a moment before rising, one hand on her stomach, feeling the impossible miracle of new life beginning. In 3 years, everything has changed. The woman who counted $43 to afford one nice meal now wakes in a home filled with love. The single mother who walked alone now has a partner who makes pancakes without being asked. Downstairs, she finds Marco at the stove, Emma perched on the counter beside him wearing her soccer jersey, both of them debating the proper pancake to chocolate chip ratio. "Mama," Emma spots her first. "Mr. Marco says too many chocolate chips makes them fall apart, but I say you can never have too many chocolate chips." "Your mama agrees with me," Marco says, flipping a perfectly golden pancake. "She's practical like that." "I'm pregnant," Lily counters, stealing a chocolate chip from the bag. "I agree with Emma. Practicality is suspended for the next 6 months. Marco laughs, the sound rich and genuine. This is the man the world doesn't see, not the businessman, not the former mob heir, not the subject of FBI investigations. Just a husband making pancakes for his family on a Sunday morning. Vincent's car pulls up outside right on schedule. He's taking Emma to her soccer game while Lily and Marco have a rare morning alone. Emma grabs her gear, kisses them both, and runs out calling, "Don't eat all the pancakes without me." The door closes. Sudden quiet fills the kitchen. Marco plates pancakes for 2, extra chocolate chips on Lily's. They sit at the kitchen table, the same one where they've shared 1,000 meals, made emergency plans, declared love, built a life. "What are you thinking about?" Marco asks. Lily looks at him, really looks. The gray in his hair, the lines around his eyes, the way he's relaxed in his own skin in a way he wasn't 3 years ago. She thinks about the scared woman who almost ran. The man who offered her freedom when he wanted her to stay. The choice they made to fight for this instead of surrendering to fear. "I'm thinking about that first night at Rosso's," she says. "When you sat beside me and said, 'Sit with me. They won't bother you.' I had no idea you owned the restaurant, no idea who you were, no idea my entire life was about to change. Would you have stayed if you'd known?" "I don't know. Probably not, Lily," and reaches across the table, taking his hand. "But I'm grateful I didn't know. Because ignorance gave me courage I wouldn't have had otherwise, and that courage led to this. To us. To everything." Marco brings her hand to his lips, kisses her knuckles softly. "To everything," he agrees. Outside, the world continues. Inside, 2 people who found each other in the most unlikely way finish their pancakes and plan their Sunday. Together. Always together. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you loved this story, check out the other videos on your screen now. I think you'll really enjoy them. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next story.